What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tried making a video yesterday, but there was no pretty much don't say that there was no pretty much audio coming out of it, so I couldn't upload it. But anyway, we're gonna restart this video I was meant to do yesterday. Round one NRL Ladder Predictions from now gonna be the remainder of the round one to round number 15. And I'm using my phone for here. You can't see my face, but you can hear my voice. So, as we know, I did predict on the failed video the Panthers to win. I think I've got them to win by 4, but ended up being 22 points. Saw the game yesterday. I watched the last few minutes of the game. Yeah, but Panthers won that. So, today's game is the Raiders against the Sharks. I see this is a close game. I reckon Raiders will pick up a victory. With the Sharks, they'll probably have to work how the new halves format's going to work. Then also in tonight's game, we've got the Broncos versus the Rabbitohs. As you know, Broncos without Adam Reynolds, they're going to be pretty. Yeah, they're gonna suck. I don't think they're gonna suck. I reckon they play well, but they ain't gonna win. So I reckon it's gonna be Rabbitohs by 8 points. Next game we've got the Roosters against the Knights. Saturday tomorrow. So I reckon the Roosters will win. Probably by 12 points. Then the Warriors versus the Dragons, and I reckon the Dragons will pick up a win here, probably by 8 points. Melbourne against the Tigers, it's easy to predict. I reckon Melbourne will win maybe 50 points more. Eels against the Titans. We know every season the Eels start off strong. They'll probably win that by 8 points. And the Cowboys against the Bulldogs, I reckon because of that, I reckon the Cowboys will win that probably by 12 points. So off to round two. So we got the Storm versus the Rabbitohs. I reckon that's gonna be no questions answered. I reckon by 8 points though. Sorry guys, that's my phone notification sound. Then we got the Panthers versus Dragons. We saw what Panthers can do without Nathan Cleary, so we're gonna go Panthers again. I'm gonna say 20 plus. Then we got the Roosters versus the Eagles. I reckon the Roosters will win here, probably by 4. So sorry, Manly fans. They're gonna have a horrible start to the season. The Titans versus the Warriors. I'm gonna give the win to the Titans. So the Titans have their first win of the season. Sharks versus Eels. Eels will have their second win of the season, probably by 4 points. And they'll hand the Sharks their first loss of the season. Cowboys and the Raiders. I reckon the Raiders they'll probably go, was it 2 for 2 or yeah, so Eels hand Sharks their second loss, and the Raiders hand the Cowboys their first loss of the season, and the Raiders won 2 games straight. Knights and the Tigers. The Knights will probably win that probably pretty comfortably. Giving the Tigers their second straight loss. Bulldogs and the Broncos. I'm going to go with the Broncos. Adam Reynolds could be possibly back. If not, then but it's at ANZ, so nah, we'll give the win to the Bulldogs. Make it fair by 4 points. Adam Reynolds might be back, but you know the Bulldogs always win at home against the Broncos. Round 3, we got the Dragons and the Sharks to start off with, and I'm going to give the win to the Sharks, probably by 8 points, so they'll hop on the winning wagon with their first win of the season. Tigers and the Warriors at Campbelltown Stadium, I'm going to give the win to the Tigers, probably by 4 points, because it's at Campbelltown. Tigers fans go hard there. Never been there, but Tigers fans do go hard. They're passionate fans. The Rabbitohs and the Roosters, so far on this ladder prediction, we've got 5 teams undefeated. So we're going to give the win to the Rabbitohs here. The Panthers and the Knights, again, no Nathan Cleary. He'll be out till round 4. But the Panthers will probably win that pretty comfortably as well. Storm versus the Eels. This game will be... Storm will be begging for a win because they lost twice against the Parramatta Eels. But we're also here for upsets here, ladies and gentlemen. I reckon there'll be an upset. So the Eels will beat Melbourne again by 4 points. And the Raiders versus the Titans. Another upset victory here, I reckon. So we give the Raiders their first loss of the season. The Broncos and the Cowboys. These two always have close encounters. If it's at Suncorp, Broncos going to win. So the Broncos will probably win that by 1 golden point. The Seagulls against the Bulldogs. The Seagulls will finally get their first win of the season, probably by 20 plus. So round 4, we got the Titans versus the Tigers. The Titans will win there, so they'll probably have back-to-back victories, which they climb second on the ladder. Sharks against the Knights. We're going to give the win to the Sharks, especially how filthy Andrew Fafita might be after the injury he had. The Panthers against the Rabbitohs. We're going to give the win to the... you know what? Oh, fuck. This is hard. Give it to the Rabbitohs on how filthy they'll probably be, but I reckon the win's going to go to the Panthers here. Warriors against the Broncos. The Broncos will probably easily win that. Yeah, I reckon by 4 points. So I reckon the Warriors will try to put so much pressure in the Broncos' attack. Eagles against the Raiders. I reckon the Eagles can win that. Not easily, but they'll win that. Then the Cowboys against the Roosters. The Roosters will bounce back. Or did they're still unbeaten? Yeah, they'll bounce back after the loss against the Rabbitohs, which I'm actually going to that game, actually. Then Melbourne versus the Bulldogs, and yeah, I reckon Melbourne will win that. Probably put 20 plus on the Bulldogs. Yeah, the Bulldogs do have the nice new players, but it's only going to take them possibly to round 10 to start winning games. And Eels against the Dragons. We're going to go for an upset here with Dragons winning by 8 points over the Eels that hand them their first loss of the season. So the only team that's unbeaten is the Panthers. Knights against the Eagles. I reckon the Eagles will probably win that, even though it's a McDonald Jones Stadium. The Cowboys against the Warriors. The Cowboys will win here by 4 points. Broncos and Roosters at Suncorp. The last time these two play at Suncorp, the Roosters won. But the win's going to go over the Broncos, probably by 2 points. So that hand the Roosters their second loss of the season. Raiders against the Storm. I reckon the Storm will win that easily. Probably by 12 points. The Rabbitohs versus the Dragons. The Rabbitohs will win here. Titans and Eels. I reckon the Eels will win that pretty comfortably. And the Sharks and Tigers. I reckon the Sharks will win that also comfortably as well. And Penrith will pretty much smash the Bulldogs here. Okay. So that's how the ladder looks like so far. Everyone has 2 losses and 3 wins and 2 wins and yeah, but so we got the Raiders versus the Cowboys round 6, and I reckon the Raiders will win here. Rabbitohs against the Bulldogs. I reckon the Bulldogs will lose there. Broncos and the Panthers. I reckon Panthers will win here. I reckon by 4 points. I reckon it'll be a close game. Of course, with Adam Reynolds, so I reckon it's going to be close. The Eagles and the Titans. The Eagles win there probably pretty comfortably. I reckon 18 points. I don't see it going beyond 20. Beyond 18. Storm versus the Sharks. Fucking notifications. The Storm will win here probably by 8 points. I reckon it'll be a good game to see. Roosters and Warriors, and the Roosters will win there probably pretty comfortably, actually. The Dragons and the Knights, I'm going to give the win to the Dragons because it's at Wynn Stadium and the fans there, they're probably going to go hard. Eels and Tigers, and the Eels will probably win that pretty comfortably. Sharks against the Eagles, I reckon we'll give the win to the Sharks. Probably by 4 points. Broncos and the Bulldogs at Suncorp, the win's going to go over to the Broncos. They'll probably win that pretty comfortably. No, I reckon it'll be another close count actually, 4 points. Cowboys and Titans. Titans pretty much lost had back-to-back losses. So did the Cowboys. So we're going to give the Cowboys will go back on the winning track. Tigers against the Rabbitohs. We're going to go with the Rabbitohs winning pretty comfortably here. The Knights and the Eels. Let's go for an upset here. The Knights by 8. Panthers and the Raiders. Panthers will probably win that pretty... Oh, we're going to be close. Dragons and Roosters. The Roosters will probably win here. And the Storm will win that pretty comfortably as well. So that's the end of that round. Round 8, Broncos and the Sharks. I reckon the Broncos will probably win by 4 points over the Sharks. So, like I said, I do see Broncos having a better season. Last year, they pretty much improved a bit by finishing 14th. But I reckon this season will be the year the Broncos make it back in the 8th. But the Bulldogs, I reckon next season they'll make the 8th. Panthers, the Titans. The Panthers will win that pretty comfortably. Rabbitohs and the Eagles. I reckon the Rabbitohs will win there pretty comfortably as well. Not comfortably, but by 4 points. I reckon it's going to be close. Warriors and the Raiders. You know what? We'll give the win to the Warriors. They need a win. So an upset there. Bulldogs and the Roosters. I reckon... What? No. Roosters win here. Pretty comfortably here. Eels and the Cowboys. The Eels will probably win here. The Knights and the Storm. The Storm will probably win that pretty comfortably. And the Dragons will beat the Tigers. So, yeah. So far, I do see the Tigers, either Tigers or the Warriors finishing down the 16th spot. Rabbitohs and the Broncos. This time they will be possibly out of Reynolds. I reckon the Rabbitohs will play good, but I reckon the Broncos will upset them, winning 4 points. Raiders and the Bulldogs. I reckon Raiders will win here, probably about 8. Panthers and the Eels. Let's go for an upset here. I reckon the Eels will win against Penrith. Eagles and the Tigers. I reckon the Eagles will win comfortably here. And Roosters and Titans. I reckon the Roosters could win that game there. Cowboys and the Knights. I reckon the Knights to win here. Melbourne and Dragons. I reckon Melbourne to win there. And the Sharks against the Warriors. I reckon the Sharks will win there as well. Now round 10. Magic round. And I'm going to all those games actually. I will be in Brisbane for that week. For that weekend. Bulldogs and Knights. I reckon the Bulldogs will go back on the winning track. Winning by 8 points. At this point, the Bulldogs would have found their groove they'll be looking for. Eagles and the Broncos, I reckon. I want to say Eagles, but it's Suncorp. I'm going to go with the Broncos. Broncos by 4. Warriors and the Rabbitohs, I reckon the Warriors will win there. Probably pretty comfortably. Titans and the Dragons, I reckon the Tigers could win there because it's home state, but not home ground, but it's a home state. So I reckon the Queensland fans will drive them forward. Storm and Panthers. You know what? I feel like this game decides who's the minor premiers pretty early on, I'm going to guess. I'm just being too cocky. But I reckon the win's going to go over to the fucking upset. While we want Panthers to go back-to-back losses. So Panthers will go back on the winning track, giving Melbourne their second loss of the season. Sharks and the Raiders. We'll go with the Raiders by 4. Roosters and Eels. I reckon the Roosters win here. This is where we start seeing Eels slipping a bit. And the Cowboys will win here as well. Probably pretty comfortably. Like I said, home state, not home ground, but it's in Queensland. It's in Queensland. Broncos and the Knights. I reckon Broncos will keep it up. Bulldogs will probably win there, probably 30 plus. Eagles and the Eels. I reckon Eagles will win there, so that they don't go back-to-back losses. They can just come back in the winning zone. Dragons and the Warriors. Dragons will probably win there by 4. Cowboys will bounce back. Storm will bounce back after losing against Penrith. They'll probably win that comfortably. Roosters and Panthers. We're going to give Panthers their second loss of the season. Rabbitohs and the Raiders. Rabbitohs will probably win there by 8 points. And the Titans and the Sharks. Sharks win there comfortably. This video, I'm actually going to predict the whole season. Because I want to, that's why. Storm against the Eagles. I reckon Storm will win there, probably by 4 points. Panthers will bounce back, winning that pretty comfortably. Broncos and the Titans. The Broncos will probably win that by 8 points. Warriors and Knights. The Knights will win that probably by 4 points. Rabbitohs will win that comfortably as well. Sharks and Roosters. I reckon the Roosters will win there. Uh, Bulldogs at Belmore Sports Ground. I reckon the Bulldogs will win probably by 8 points. And I reckon the Raiders will probably beat Eels because of that Canberra. Alright, this is where it gets pretty interesting here. This is where teams start to lack. This is week before Origin, actually. It's the week after Origin. I think this is the week before Origin. So, here they'll probably lose Valentine Holmes. I don't think they'll lose much players. I reckon they'll lose a few players. So I'm going to go Cowboys to win. This game, Panthers and Bulldogs, I reckon. Panthers they'll lose Cleary, Luai, Tahoe. That's what I can think of. Maybe Fisher Harris. Canterbury they'll probably lose Burton. No, not Burton. Did Burton play Origin? No, Burton didn't play Origin. They'll lose Aldo Carr. Yeah, I think that one player. I think Aldo Carr. But I'm going to give the win to the Bulldogs, probably by 2 points. Eagles and the Warriors, they'll probably lose the Taborovich brothers plus Cherry Evans. So I'm going to give the win to the Warriors. Raiders and the Roosters, I don't know, but I reckon the Roosters will lose some players due to Origin. Alright, round 14. The Cowboys and the Dragons. I reckon they'll probably rest some of the players after Origin as well. So, but I reckon Cowboys can still win this game, probably by 8 points. The Titans and the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs will probably rest some of their key players like Latrell, possibly Cody Walker, possibly Campbell Graham, Cameron Murray. So I reckon the Titans will upset him there. Well, this game, Melbourne will also possibly rest some of their big players like Xavier Cates for Queensland. So I reckon Cates would be rested. Kafusi would be rested. Pappenheisen, if he gets selected. Munster. And I think for the New South Wales side, maybe Tedesco, but I reckon Tedesco, without Tedesco, they'll still win. So look at fucking that, mate. We got the Roosters on first. This game, they'll probably rest Capewell. But I don't think they'll lose Reynolds. So I reckon Broncos will win here. No, what am I doing? Yeah, I reckon Seagulls will win there, even though without Turbo. Panthers, they'll probably rest Cleary and Toho and Luai. So the Knights going to win here. Not looking good to the Panthers this season. The Sharks will probably win here. And the Bulldogs will probably rest Addo Carr and the rest out of Carr. So the Bulldogs will lose here. Round 15. Rabbitohs and the Dragons. I reckon Rabbitohs will win here. Probably by 8 points. Eagles and the Cowboys. Eagles, reckon by 20 plus. Storm and Melbourne. Melbourne will win here by 4 points. I reckon it'll be a close game with them too. Sharks and the Titans and Sharks will probably win that probably by 8 points. Panthers to win by 20 plus. The Roosters to win probably by 4 points. Raiders to win by 4 points over the Titans and the Knights, and then the Bulldogs will probably go 20 points over over the Tigers. Let's look at the ladder now. We actually got, so far, 3 teams in the hunt. Like I say, yeah, so 3 teams in the hunt, so 9th to 11th, possibly 12th, but 9th to 11th. Pretty much, Raiders need to win the game, and a couple of games for the Bulldogs and the Cowboys. I reckon an upset victory here, 4-point victory over the Storm. The Knights, to win by 4 points. We're going to go Penrith. I reckon a close game here. Bulldogs will probably win at Bankwest. Cowboys and the Broncos. We're going to go Cowboys by 1. Golden point. Rabbitohs and the Eels. We're going to have the Rabbitohs beating Eels. Like, this is the point where we see Eels start to fall down the ladder a bit. Warriors and Tigers at Mount Smart Stadium. They're going back to New Zealand this round. This is when we're going to start seeing promise by the Warriors. So they'll win there probably by 18 points. Dragons and the Raiders give the win to the Dragons here. What the fuck? Honestly, by 4 points. Let's have a look here quickly before we start this prediction. Bulldogs. They're getting close to where they want to be. But where they are now, this is where I kind of see them finishing. I know, we'll see how I think of my predictions. Tigers, yeah, that's pretty much, they're probably going to stay pretty much at 16th. Possibly we might see the sacking of Michael Maguire. So, Origin, I think this is probably Origin Game 3, I'm guessing. For Game 3, Melbourne will probably lose Munster, Xavier Coates, Pappenheisen possibly, Kafusi. So the win's going to go with the Sharks, probably by 4 points. Rabbitohs, they'll lose Cody Walker, Cameron Murray, possibly Campbell Graham, possibly Keon Kolomotangi, Latrell. So Knights will probably win that because they're only going to lose Ponga. Eels and the Tigers. I see Mitchell Moses going to play Origin this season, so they'll win that comfortably as well. And the Broncos, I probably lose Kurt Capewell, so they'll probably still win here. So, like I'm saying, I don't think I'm going to see any post-Origin slumps for the Broncos this season. Cowboys and the Sharks, I reckon the Sharks will win there. Eels and the Warriors, Eels will win here pretty comfortably. Get them out of that bump of the top 8. The Roosters and the Dragons, the Roosters will probably win that by 8 points. Eagles and the Knights, I reckon the Eagles will probably want to win that comfortably as well, so they can get that out of that danger zone. Broncos will probably upset hometown fans, probably by 4 points, which sees them in the top 4. Panthers will win that pretty comfortably as well. Melbourne will probably win that by 4 points. And the Rabbitohs will win probably by 4 points. Did I miss anything? No. So this is the ladder, and the unexpected team is actually also in that hunt for minor premiership. And I'm not talking about the Melbourne Storm or the Rabbitohs. I'm talking about the Brisbane Broncos. If they can play this good this season, what a comeback. So yeah, I kind of see this as the top 8 for this season. Reason why I got the Broncos up there, I reckon they'll probably improve a lot from the 2 years they missed the top 8. So I reckon this season they'll make the 8 again. But But yeah, this is where I see my bottom eight guys. Um, but except for the green machine, like there's I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how we go. This is round 18. Round 19, we've got Broncos and the Eels. I reckon the Eels will win there, so they can get out of that the danger zone of being out of the top eight. Eagles, they'll probably win that probably by 4 points. Roosters probably pretty comfortably here. The Raiders to win by 8, and the Panthers to win probably by a lot. This is where we'll probably have an upset again. Bulldogs probably by a lot. There's going to be a big victory, and the Cowboys by 4. So Bulldogs are getting close. They pretty much need to start winning every game to make the top 8. Regardless of the top 4, that's where I see it. I reckon the Broncos are pretty fine where they are. The Eagles and the Roosters are the upset. We're going to give it an upset here. There only has to be one contender for the minor pressure at this point by 4 points. Melbourne to win here, probably by a lot. Panthers will probably want to... Actually, no, we'll give win to the Eels. The Raiders and the Titans... Raiders will probably win that as well. Sharks and the Rabbitohs. Sharks will lose here against the Rabbitohs probably by 4 points. Broncos will probably win there probably by 8. I reckon Canterbury will probably win there by a couple of points, and Dragons to win by 4. How are we looking here? Canterbury, can they make the top 8? They're getting closer to there. Like, if they start playing decent footy around the end of the season, they'll probably have a chance. But I just probably see finishing around that 10th spot or that 9th spot. They need Sharks and Raiders to lose their next games. So we're going to round 21. Yeah. Because the Broncos beat them at home, at their home ground. Then Melbourne will probably win there by 4 points. I reckon Eagles will win here. Rabbitohs to win by 4. So they're sitting on top of the ladder. Not for long. So Panthers by 8. Give an upset victory. Dragons by 4. Canterbury also by 4, and the Knights by 8. So here we go. This is so pretty much the Dogs and the Knights are in the hunt in the top 8. The Sharks need to win a game to survive, or that's going to go to the Bulldogs or the Raiders. Now let's look at the ladder here. Let's give it a 4-point victory over the Storm. So Storm, you're out of the contention of the minor premiership. Canterbury were in there by 4, so they're in the top 8 so far. I reckon the Rabbitohs will win that game by 4. Roosters and the Cowboys, I reckon the Roosters will win that pretty comfortably. The Sharks will just rise back into the top 8. Broncos and the Knights, the Broncos will probably win that. Let's give them a comfortable win. And the Raiders winning by 4 points. Eagles probably by 18. So here we go. So yes, the Bulldogs, Knights, and the Sharks are the 3 teams anyway. Broncos. So Melbourne are out of the hunt of the top 8. don't see them finishing at 5th though. Panthers and the Rabbitohs. I reckon the Rabbitohs will win there, upset them there. The Cowboys to win probably by 8. Melbourne to win by probably by 4. Actually, now we give the win to the Broncos. They can regain the top 4 position from somewhere else. Upset victory, probably by 4 points for the Bulldogs. Actually, what if they lose anyway? So, yeah. Roosters to win by 4. Dragons probably win that game. And I reckon Knights will win there. Like I said, I don't see Melbourne finishing that low on the top of the top 8. I actually don't see it. I don't see them being the bottom 4 of the top 8. Eels to, I reckon the Broncos will win that comfortably. I'm not being fair, but if Broncos can find their formation pretty quickly, they'll probably make top 4. Panthers by 8. I reckon Melbourne by 4. Eagles by 8. And upset victory, we're going to go 8-point victory for the Bulldogs. Rabbitohs by 4. Let's give a victory for the Tigers. Why not? And Knights. Oh, fucking sports bet. I don't give a fuck. I don't gamble. Gamble should be illegal, actually. So, pretty much, Melbourne are definitely out of the contention of minor premierships. But the Bulldogs are in the 8. So, which would be hallelujah for the Bulldogs fans. Yeah. Last round of the season, we're going to have Melbourne winning by 8. I don't see that. So let's give it an upset victory over the Man Sea Eagles. The Roosters. Oh, fucking hell. By 2. Titans by 8. And the Dragons by 4. Panthers by 4. Panthers by, they could do well without Cleary. Sharks by 8, and the Panthers by 8. So there we go. That's the end of the regular season. Now we move on to the finals. So this is our top 8. Like I said with the Bulldogs, if they can actually find that groove as well and start doing consistently football playing, they're probably just making the top 8. But Melbourne, that's a disappointment there. Yeah, that's a disappointment there. So that's why I changed that up to Rabbitohs. That means we'll have Rabbitohs being the minor premiers. Why I don't see that happening, but you never say never in the NRL. yeah, so let's move on to the finals. I'm going to get so much hate, I don't give a fuck no more. First game of the finals, we're going to have Melbourne to win against the minor premiers. Eagles will probably beat the Bulldogs, so Bulldogs are out. Roosters and Eels, the Roosters will win here. And Panthers will win here, so there we go. There we go, folks. Finals week 2. The Rabbitohs will go to the preliminary final, and I reckon the Broncos, because I know how much the grand final will mean for Adam Reynolds to get back-to-back grand finals. But this is where everything gets fucking mind twisted. If Broncos do play that well in the finals, Broncos will win. But I know it's going to go to Melbourne. I know they'll want to make another grand final without plus missing out on a grand final. But Broncos' last grand final was 2015, so this will mean more for the club. So upset victory. So Broncos are in the grand final against the Panthers. So we got another second versus third contest. But Broncos and the Panthers. Nathan Cleary versus Adam Reynolds. Billy Walters versus Jerome Norway. But the Panthers will go back-to-back grand final victories. But the Broncos will be happy to make it this far. So there we go, guys. That's my ladder prediction video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you back on the next video. The next video will be I was going to do a score prediction. So that's my whole ladder prediction for the whole NRL season plus finals. The next NRL video I'll probably do is probably around after round 25 this season. So where's round 25? So in September, you'll hear from me again. The next video will be a vlog event. It'll be a vlogging video. Like I said in this video, I'm going to be up at Suncorp Stadium watching too late now. Watching the Magic Round. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.